The Mahabharata, a timeless epic of ancient India, narrates the colossal struggle between good and evil, duty and desire. Mahabharata war is a war described in the Hindu epic poem Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a struggle between two groups of cousins, the Kaurav and the Pandav, for the throne of Bharat. Mahabharata is one of the two major texts and Sanskrit epics of ancient India revered in Hinduism, the other being the Ramayana. At the heart of this saga stands Bhishma, a figure of immense valour, wisdom and tragedy. Revered as Bhishma Pitamah, the grandsire of the Kuru clan, his life was intertwined with the destiny of his lineage. From his extraordinary birth to his pivotal role in the Kurukshetra war, Bhishma's journey embodies sacrifice, loyalty, and the complexities of Dharma. Bhishma's story is not merely one of warfare, it is a profound exploration of human emotions and the consequences of choices. He was a warrior bound by duty, a son devoted to his father, and a leader respected for his wisdom. Yet his life was also marked by immense sorrow, stemming from a series of unfortunate events and the burden of his own oaths. His unwavering adherence to his vows, while demonstrating his integrity, ultimately led to the destruction of his own kin. Bhishma's tale begins long before his birth with the story of King Mahabharata. The king, a virtuous and just ruler, performed many yajnas and sacrifices and thereby satisfied Indradev. Mahabharata went to heavens, and on one occasion that king went to the abode of Brahma. The great river Ganga Devi too, assuming the feminine form, went to serve Lord Brahma. Ganga Devi is the personification of the river Ganges, who is worshipped by Hindus as the goddess of purification and forgiveness. While Ganga Devi and King Mahabharata were at the abode of Lord Brahma, sudden violent winds arose and the clothing of Ganga Devi went off. The Devas kept their faces downwards, but the King Mahabharata continued gazing at her. At this, Ganga also came to know the king, and that he had become attached to her. Lord Brahma, seeing that both of them are love-stricken and are shameless, became angry and cursed them immediately. "O king, you better take your birth again in the human world." Thus saying, Brahma looked at Ganga, who was attached to the king, and addressed her, "You two better go to the human world and become his wife." King Mahabharata thus was born to King Pratipha of Puru's lineage and became known as Santanu. Vasus are deities in Hinduism associated with fire and light. They are described as the attendant deities of Indra and Vishnu. They are 8 in number. The 8 Vasus, once accompanied by their wives, visited the hermitage of Sage Vasistha. The sage possessed a divine cow named Nandini, capable of granting any wish. One of the Vasus' wives, captivated by Nandini's beauty, desired the cow for herself. She persuaded her husband, Vasu Danu, to steal Nandini from the sage. Danu, blinded by love for his wife, agreed. The 8 Vasus stole the cow, but Sage Vasistha soon discovered. Enraged by their deceit, Sage Vasistha cursed the 8 Vasus to be born as mortals on earth. When the 8 Vasu pleaded forgiveness, Sage Vasistha forgave them except for Danu. Sage Vasistha told them they will be redeemed soon after their birth, except for Danu, who will have to stay on earth for a long time. The 8 Vasu pleaded Ganga Devi to be their mother in their birth as mortals and free them from their curse. Once when King Santanu hunted in forest near the banks of River Ganga, Ganga Devi appeared before King Santanu as a woman of ethereal beauty. Captivated by her grace, King Santanu proposed marriage. Ganga Devi agreed, but on one condition. The king would never question her actions, no matter how strange or unsettling those actions might be. Ganga Devi asked King Shantanu to promise never to question her actions, no matter what. Shantanu, blinded by love, readily agreed to her condition. Ganga Devi gave birth to 8 sons, each one a Vasu reborn. As promised, she released 7 of her sons into the river Ganges, sending them back to the heavens. Shantanu, bound by his vow, watched in silent agony as his children were taken from him. However, when Ganga Devi was about to release their 8th son, Shantanu, unable to bear the pain any longer, questioned her actions. "Stop! Why are you doing this? Why must you take my children from me?" With Shantanu's question, the agreement was broken. Ganga Devi revealed her true identity and the story of the Vasus' curse. I am Ganga Devi, and these children are the Vasus, cursed to be born on earth. Our eighth son, Danu reborn, is destined for greatness but also for a life of sorrow. This child was Bhishma. Ganga Devi left Shantanu, taking Bhishma with her. She raised Bhishma in seclusion, providing him with education and training from renowned sages and celestial beings. Bhishma learned the arts of warfare, statecraft and philosophy, becoming a warrior of unparalleled skill and a leader of great wisdom. Years later, Ganga Devi returned Bhishma to Shantanu, who was overjoyed to be reunited with his son. Bhishma, now a young man of extraordinary abilities, quickly won the hearts of his people and became his father's most trusted advisor. Shantanu, still longing for an heir, fell in love with Satyavati, the daughter of a fisherman. However, Satyavati's father agreed to the marriage only if Satyavati's sons inherited the throne, not Bhishma. To fulfill his father's wish and secure Satyavati's hand for his father, Bhishma made a momentous vow. He swore to remain celibate and never to marry or have children, ensuring that no descendant of his would ever claim the throne. I, Bhishma, vow to remain celibate and never marry. My life will be dedicated to the service of our kingdom and its people. Bhishma's vow had far-reaching consequences. His selflessness secured his father's happiness and the lineage of the Kuru clan, but it also set in motion a chain of events that would lead to his own downfall. Bhishma's life became a testament to the complexities of Dharma. He remained true to his vow of celibacy, serving as a loyal protector and advisor to his half-brothers and later to their sons, the Pandavas and Kauravas. However, his oath also bound him to fight on the side of the Kauravas in the Kurukshetra war, even though he knew their cause was unjust. His heart wept for the Pandavas, yet his duty compelled him to stand with the Kauravas. Bhishma found himself trapped in a moral dilemma, forced to choose between his oath and his conscience. Dharma is not always clear, and sometimes the path of righteousness is shrouded in shadows. The Kurukshetra war was a battle of epic proportions, a conflict that shook the very foundations of the world. Bhishma, the seasoned warrior, fought with unmatched valor, becoming a formidable force on the battlefield. However, on the 10th day of the war, Arjuna, aided by Krishna's divine intervention, struck Bhishma with a shower of arrows. Bhishma, mortally wounded, fell from his chariot, but his death was not immediate. The arrows, piercing his body, held him aloft, creating a bed of arrows upon which he lay. This bed of arrows was his resting place until the time was right for him to depart. Bhishma, using his yogic powers, chose to prolong his life. He waited for the auspicious moment to depart from the world, sharing his wisdom and knowledge with those around him. His death, a poignant symbol of sacrifice and duty, marked a turning point in the war and left an indelible mark on the epic of Mahabharata. His legacy is one of sacrifice, of duty fulfilled and of unwavering commitment to Dharma.